We're live, guys. So I thought I would do a quick stream. And it's probably glitchy right now because I tested it. I'm on my phone, so I tested my Wi-Fi without the 4G network and with my Wi-Fi, and it's always glitchy. Sorry, guys. That's just how it is. But as you guys are chiming in, let's talk about the freaking protein and weight loss and all of this stuff. Now, you guys are coming in fast. What's up? Yes, I feel safe because my Deborah is in the house. What's up, everyone? So as you guys are chiming in, I'm going to drink some water, talk about some protein. Because when I watch the replays, I'm like, get to the point. We're impatient. So this multi-culti here. Okay. So, protein. Can too much protein kick you out of ketosis or block your keto adaptation? Yes, and I'm going to explain why. Take your time. Thank you, Keto Muscle. So, I'm realizing that this concept of 1 pound per gram or 1 kilo per gram of protein to figure out how much protein that your body can uptake and utilize is so bizarre. It's such a bizarre calculation because what people don't mention is your ability to even digest protein. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you guys have low stomach acid, you have bubbly pee, so many of you have foamy pee, and you're actually losing proteins. I know. So, people who've got digestive issues, who have a hard time breaking down protein, and people who are prone to kidney stones, people who don't have enough K2 in their diet, right, to balance the calcium deposits, I just don't understand why everybody thinks that they can just figure out their body in some kind of ridiculous, arbitrary mathematical equation when there is so much more involved in the protein uptake and use. Are you insulin sensitive or are you insulin resistant? Because that's going to make a big difference on how much protein you're going to utilize effectively and efficiently. So, what I've realized over time of coaching thousands of people is that a lot of people have low stomach acid, and it could be from drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, caffeine, not eating enough protein. You finally got the live stream. Oh, you're going up 47 high. By the way, before I forget, for people watching, I know this is annoying, but deal with it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Stephanie Ketogenic. If you want to follow me on my Facebook page, which is my fan page, it's Stephanie the Business, as in the business person. Don't forget the person at the end. Or you can sign up for a consultation at stephanieperson.com, or you can actually join my keto Facebook course, which is amazing, I've got to say. And Deborah's like, to like up the stream. So I was watching Mike at High Intensity Health. He is supposed to be interviewing me soon. I will get back to the protein people on the replay. Chill. You already, what is it? I agree. Okay. You hit the X and then you see a thumbs up. You click on it and then it says chat. I realize it actually says chat towards the bottom, and then you hit the chat and it'll open the window back up because I liked his live stream on YouTube a few days ago. So, research development. Thank you, Frank. So what I've been learning is that you guys have a difficulty to break down protein, and you're eating all this protein, and your body's like not agreeing with it. You know how some people are like, I don't eat red meat. I just, I don't. And we are just over proteined out. Like, I don't understand the protein shakes, right? With the stinky, nasty smell of ammonia that I smell all day long at the gym. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? People got that weird smell and their kidneys are overworking. And that's another thing that people don't consider. And if your liver is thick and fatty and nasty, and then that makes the kidneys overwork, Yes, people, and you have a propensity for deposits in your liver, I mean your kidney or your liver, and they're just stuffing down the protein because people think that if they eat high fat, they're not going to lose weight on keto. So, the frack. Uh, Thank you guys. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. So people don't talk about this stuff because the bodybuilder community, people always want to sort of follow some ridiculous formula, and it just doesn't work like that, right? People's bodies don't follow formulas because everybody's got some issues. We're very similar as human beings. Like, it's pretty safe to say, like, if I'm in a consultation, I could clock somebody in a second. Like, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. And even when people don't believe me and then go get the test, they're like, she's right. I didn't think about it. I'm like, I know. So, see, Steph was a keto way before everyone jumped in. I mean, way before. People can't even find me now. They gotta dig. And then people are like, the quality's so bad. But y'all, the content quality is even better than my horrible Wi-Fi and my 4G network. Now, with that said, the reason why people are not adapting with too much protein is all those things I just listed and more, right? They don't have enough HCl levels. They don't have enough pepsin. They have a propensity for stones and uric acid and purine buildup. People have histamine responses to certain proteins with bacteria, not grass-fed. And people chew the protein too fast, right? They're just like, arr, 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 and then run out the door. And then when you use the glucometer, this amazing thing happens where I got my data. Is a glucose spike. Don't believe me? Go get a freaking glucometer and test your blood sugar. Eat a lot of protein. Eat 45 grams of protein, total protein, in one meal, and then test your blood sugar after an hour and then the second hour. Oh, and test your blood sugar before you even eat the protein and watch it go super high. Super high. We just didn't eat protein all day long, people. If you are in the insulin sensitivity, if you are insulin sensitive, you don't need a lot of protein to then have insulin be the carrier of protein, amino acids into the muscle so they can grow. So a lot of you guys are nutrient deficient, and this is the reason why a lot of you guys are malabsorptive. So malabsorptive, low stomach acid, leaky gut, you guys chew your food too fast, eat too much protein, eat a lot of processed protein in shakes. You have an issue with uric acid, low stomach acid, histamine intolerance, and you're wondering why when you sit and eat all this protein in attempts to get shredded, right, to get the gains, you don't. I'll get to your questions soon, Michelle. You got to recycle that in caps. So the reason why I started lowering protein, because if you hear other people say, like, you can eat a lot of protein, don't listen to her. That's the suggestive, right? The subtext, don't listen to her. I'm not, yeah. They're like, don't listen to her. But then why not? Because I've been working with people over the last, I've been working with people solid with glucometers for 7 straight years. Not that I've been doing keto myself for 7 straight years. I've been doing it for 11. But using glucometers for 7. So you'd be surprised on all the little notebook data I have. And guess what, people? Y'all have it wrong. Too much protein does spike your blood sugar. Now, let's get into that. When you have a blood sugar spike, then the brain's like, why would I use ketones? Because we have blood sugar right there available. Right there. Why would I use ketones? So this is the reason why we try to take down the amount of protein to a maintenance, right? So you only need a certain amount of protein to then create this lack of a gluconeogenic response. So too much protein will go into gluconeogenesis. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. If you don't believe me, test it with a glucometer. Do a 4-week test on yourself and you will see. So I have women and men in different categories. Women, I have them between 45 and about 55 grams of protein. Now, I'm 5'3". So, but I lift. Y'all see I lift, right? And I'm not flat, and I build muscle, and I'm 51, and I will soon, on my way, drive myself to 52. And I've been doing this for 11 years. It's so funny. And it's like, I do high intense exercise, calisthenics, handstands, dips, pull-ups, don't gas out, all of these subjects. That's my next live stream, is about how people think that you can't do keto for the long term. And I'm like, then why do I just keep getting younger and younger and younger doing keto the longer I do it? And the reason is because people haven't studied it for a long time, so they're guessing. Let's just forget the word anecdotal. It sounds so smart. Let's just say they're guessing. Now, with that said, I've noticed, big dude. This started with a guy who was 6'3", big mother sucker, and his blood sugar would spike over 80 grams of protein per day. Per day. So he's been doing keto now almost as long as I've been on the internet. Coached him several times, and he still can build muscle at 80 grams of protein at 6'3", because, you guys, there's a reason. Because he's not going into gluconeogenesis, because he's less catabolic, because he's adapted. When you are adapted, so if I explain it to you this way, to the Nora Gagalis analogy, your metabolism is like if you're trying to heat a house, right? And use a fireplace or a wood stove. If you use paper is like gonna burn real fast and real high and then burn out. Then you gotta put another piece of paper in. And that's carbohydrates. Put it in. But to not have every time that the fire burns out, your metabolism's like, the house is cold and your metabolism is compromised. So you gotta keep feeding the fireplace with paper. And every time you burn out, you get tired. So with that said, when you are adapted fully, that's like putting 6 logs into the fireplace and just leaving the house, right? Because if you're trying to heat a house with paper, you got to sit there with stacks all day long. So what happens is your insulin becomes more efficient and effective at taking amino acids, and you don't need a lot of insulin at this juncture, and driving it into the muscles so they can grow. And because you're not as gluconeogenic, because remember, you're putting 6 logs onto the fireplace, your body doesn't have to eat itself to feed the fledgling brain. So you grow more muscle. Y'all have low stomach acid. Y'all have digestive issues. Y'all have sensitivities. Y'all have histamine. Y'all got fungus overgrowth. So don't tell me that your body's a perfect functioning machine, because it is not. And how you look on the outside is only indicative. Like me at 51, yes, you can look at me and be like, I've been watching Stephanie for years. She's always in a half top. I can see her health. I can see it. Someone who is young, Steph at 22, right, who's a CrossFitter, you're not going to see the damage of my internal body or my external body, because my cells are just literally younger and stronger. So as you get older, it's a true barometer or gauge on your health, because when you get older, your cells aren't as strong. So if you don't take care of your body, you can see it like this. And y'all know who in my age group know that's a fact. That's a fact. Okay, I'm going to take your guys' questions and bounce. Don't forget to like up this stream. We've got 96 people in the house. So you guys, test your protein. Start off at a moderate amount, because if it does spike your blood sugar for all these reasons, it's going to block your keto adaptation. Your body is not going to use ketones in the presence of too high glucose. Don't believe me? Use a glucometer and test your blood sugar every day fasted, and once a week, 2 hours after meals throughout the entire day, and your ketones, and look what happens. Just watch. Okay? Just watch. It's amazing. It's really interesting how you can use a glucometer to kind of gauge where you're at with your keto adaptation. Deborah, remind you guys to book a consultation with moi. You go to stephanieperson.com. And there you can book a consultation, or you guys can sign up for my course. It's only $15 a month, which is a fart in a bucket. So you do 1 month and try it out. If you don't like it, move on. If you love it, you stay. If you can only afford 1 month, then you're good to go, because you're going to get a lot of information on the course page. So that's, you sign up at stephanieperson.com, and I'm working my butt off on that page daily. With that said, let me see, your consultation's available in February. I will open up my calendar tomorrow for all new dates. I've got 2 left. So if you guys want to get them, get them. And then after that, there will be new dates and times. Let's see here. How do you check for histamine and sensitivities? Jessica, it's a good question. Let me drink a little glass of water so I don't have more histamine. I believe that there are different tests that you can take to test your histamine response from the mast cells, but right now I don't have any. I have things written down on paper somewhere, and I can tell you what places you can test for histamine. But right now, you can test it, I believe, and as well as look at your symptoms. So histamine response can be something masked as seasonal allergies, to pet allergies, to sinus infections, to itchy scalp, itchy bung, back there, vagina, vaginosis, yeast infections. Thank you so much, Carol Mullins. Thank you. Hi, Stephanie. You see, hi, Stephanie. Common denominator, people with plaque psoriasis. Yes, psoriasis. I think that's what she said, psoriasis. Yes. Plaque psoriasis, eczema, shingles, bloated, water retentive, very watery, right? A lot of people think that they're having a I don't know. People think that they are having a lymphatic issue when it could be a histamine issue. What else? You've got white tongue, freaking crustaceans around your fingernails and toes, around the Balzac, loose stool, floating stool, pale stool, IBS, Crohn's, broken blood vessels around the nose, dark circles around the eyes, like, list goes on and on. Tired, super tired. Gassé. It's okay to herbal natural supplementation to address the digestive issues and adrenal. I don't like supplements for adrenals and for the gut. I'm very, very particular. So we have to factor in everybody's issues. Like, okay, some people don't do well with adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha for adrenals because it's a nightshade, so get rid of it. Things like glutamine, I still haven't found anyone yet who's used glutamine to heal the gut. I prefer that you have it from a bone marrow, but then unfortunately, some of you guys can deal with glutamate, and I believe, was it Chris Masterjohn who was talking about, I can't remember right now, but I think he was talking about, it was vitamin A, I think, to deal with the glutamate. It was vitamin A or K2. I gotta come back at that with you guys. Wake up every morning with indigestion. My family stopped keto, but I say no. Indigestion. So you have to really deconstruct your diet, get super clean. There's, Dr. Oz did a dirty keto. They did not call me back for the second one. I am the queen of talking about dirty keto. Like, I'm the queen. I'm the one that started talking about dirty keto before anyone did. That's a fact. I'm still almost the only one who talks about dirty keto. But if you're having indigestion, heartburn, it sounds like low stomach acid. So you've got to address that. Adrenals, things with your adrenals, like get off the coffee, rotate your foods, take away anything that might be suspicious. At least do a 1-week experiment. There are certain foods, high histamine foods, like egg whites and fish, especially old fish, like if it's not fresh, because the bacteria Other foods like spinach. Unfortunately, a lot of the vegetables have a bunch of anti-nutrients in them. So you might want to cook them and then rotate them, and don't do salads for a week. Sometimes the whey and casein and butter can create this indigestion. What's the best ketogenic source of vitamin C? I would say liver. Raw liver. There you go. Greens. I mean, you guys can eat greens. You can eat cruciferous vegetables. That has vitamin C in it, and believe it or not, meat has vitamin C in it, just lower levels of it, except for the liver. There's more available vitamin C in liver than there is in an apple. Okay. Let's see, what kind of sensitivity test do you recommend? Specific? I don't have one on hand right now, because I don't, but I can get back at you with it. Jay, I don't know. Like up the stream, guys. We've got like 91 people in the house, and we only got 47 likes. So if you guys want to help support this channel, I can't see if you're liking the stream. So you hit the X, collapse it, click on the thumbs up, and then it'll say there's different options on the bottom of the page, and it'll say like click back to chat. The chat will open back up again. Sulfur. You're welcome. Stephanie talked about eating very simple meals in rotation, but add back foods. That's sort of extra mind work. Yeah, so you could start off. What I like to do with people that I work with is to go 10 days of get off the butter, get off the vegetables, sort of do a carnivore version. Either use beef tallow or lard or ghee, and rotate those fats even in those 10 days, because one of those fats might be a problem. Typically lard isn't a problem with people. I mean, beef tallow, and then typically lard is not a problem. And the people who can tolerate tallow can't tolerate lard, and vice versa. It's very bizarre. But a lot of people have a difficulty who've got histamine issues and leaky gut with butter, unfortunately. Thank you, Black Dove. Knowledge is key, but I have no idea how to count protein. The internet just confuses me. Dina. So on Dr. Oz, I said something really almost like Sesame Street, or, but it's simplified, but it's kind of true. If you're going to do about 2 ounces, right, of a fatty meat, that's 2 ounces is about, let me see, 2 ounces is about 38 grams in weight. If you can do 4 ounces, that's going to, and that's in weight, and that's not in total protein. 2 ounces of a fatty meat is about, can be around like 8 to 2 ounces, probably about 5 to 8 grams of protein, total protein. 2 fingers. 3 fingers is 75 grams in weight, 3 ounces. 3 ounces, the thickness of your hand here, 3 ounces measured cooked is about 75 grams in weight, not total protein. The total protein for about 3 ounces is going to be around, depends on the meat and how much fat is on the meat. So, and if there's a bone on with the meat, it's going to be between 13 to 18 grams of total protein for 3 ounces, or 75 grams in weight. 4 ounces is 100 grams in weight. 5 ounces is 125 grams in weight. You see? So 4 ounces, so I take women and I have them eat between 2 and 3 ounces. So that's going to be about, 50 grams. I got it wrong. 2 ounces is 50 grams in weight. So I'll have them eat between 2 to 3 ounces. 50 to 75 grams of protein per meal, not per day. The total protein for the day is going to be between 45 and 55 grams of total protein. To give you an eyeball understanding, you would take 1 egg. 1 whole egg is about 6 grams of total protein. So if you have, in one meal, for women, if you're going to go max 17 grams of protein, you can have 2 eggs and 1 yolk, right? Because the yolk is about 2 grams of protein. So 2 eggs is going to be 12 grams of protein plus 2 more. It's going to be about 14 grams of protein for 2 eggs and a yolk for a woman. Small chicken thigh is about 75 grams. Small chicken thigh, listen up people, watch the rewind. Small chicken thigh is about cooked is about because the water's cooked out, so it's about 75 grams in weight. It's going to be around, like I said, 14 to 18 grams of protein if it's fatty. We're not talking chicken breast because 4 ounces or 100 grams in weight of a chicken breast is about 26 to 28 to 30 grams of protein. That's too high. So for a man, men are going to have between 100 grams in weight and 125, or each meal between depends on if you're a small man who don't work out or a bigger man. You're going to have, for men, total protein total per meal. I would say if you had 3 meals a day, you could have between 25 grams of protein max per meal to 28, which is kind of a lot. 28 grams of protein of fatty meat. We got a nice 5 ounces of meat, steak. That's enough, people. We don't need more protein per meal. Let's see. What's up, Reese's? Yeah, I couldn't do such low protein. I do very well with 150 grams of protein. No, you don't, Faye. Faye. No, you don't. That's a lie. No woman is going to eat 150 grams of protein and not put stress on her digestive system. The reason why you don't do well on lower protein is because you're hungry. Okay? You hungry. And I'm so good and equipped for the way people phrase things. She said I do well. I think it's a she. She said I do well. What does that mean? What does that mean? You do well. You're not hungry? Because you got a big ball of meat in your stomach? You do well. You mean you have more energy? No. Because if your protein's too low and your fat's too low, yes, you're going to have more energy eating a little bit more protein because you're going to get a little bit more blood glucose, not glycogen. You're not going to store your glycogen in 150 grams of protein. That is not ketotic. You'll never adapt. End of it if you're a woman. Done. Even a man's not going to adapt 150 grams of protein. So my ears are really well tuned in to how people phrase things. I'm 51. I've been around the block. People say stuff. I do great on intermittent fasting. I do great on 150 grams of protein. It's such nonsense. Especially if I were to talk to you live, honey child, split screen. I would I know exactly what to ask that you wouldn't think. And not to call you out. It's just because people are watching and I don't want them to hear one person go, I do well. What the fuck does that mean? I do well. You mean you ain't starving? Yeah, you're not going to starve on 150 grams of protein, stuffing it in your body all day, smelling like ammonia. 2.2 ketone readings, but bowel movements once every 3 days, normal. I don't know what your blood sugar is. And saying 2.2 ketone, that's one number. And no number is exactly the same each day. And it has to be tested fasted in the morning on an empty stomach. I know I sound tough for you guys, but I'm 51. When you on the planet this long, you just cut through it. Let's just cut through the, right? Let's go straight to the point. So I don't have, more grace, fabulosity in this stream. Okay, workout, always feel so thirsty. Ooh, yes. I don't know what your electrolytes are. I don't know how much water you drink per day. I don't know if you're drinking. A lot of people who drink too much water will have a very difficult time to be absorbing their water because the cell itself doesn't do a very, very good job at holding water and absorbing it into the body because it takes about 45 minutes for it to absorb into the body, the water. So I don't know if it's an electrolyte issue. I don't know if it's a potassium sodium issue. I have no idea. Is Kerrygold still okay? I mean, people like Frank Tufano don't eat Kerrygold, but some people that's all they can get. So yes, it's still okay. It's not the best, without a doubt, but it's still okay. I eat it. Thank you. Is it Ishtar? Thank you. 0077. So you're drinking a lot of water. What's the difference between keto and high fat, low carb protocol? High fat, low carb. Okay, so the difference between keto, it's a great question, is that your body's still dependent on glucose when you're doing low carb. So unfortunately, you're going to have to actually time out your carbohydrate meals if you're doing sweet potato or white rice, and you have to literally time it Because if you're not using ketones and you're doing low carb, you can actually get sick on low carb if you don't time your carbohydrate, your starches out properly. So many people I talk to are like, I don't eat rice and I don't eat grains and I don't eat sweet potato. I just eat vegetables. And I'm like, how much is your fat? Oh, I eat 60 grams of fat a day. I'm like, oh, baby child, you don't look well. No, you can't do. I've been eating this way for years. And I'm like, time to stop doing that. You're really putting a stress on the body. So, low carb, high fat is you don't produce viable ketones. You produce ketones, they're just not viable. Like your body's not running on them primarily. And ketogenic is learning how to use ketones up in the whole noggin. So, someone like me, for example, I've been doing this for 11 years. It's getting dark, and I'm gonna stop when it gets dark. I've been doing this for 11 years. I haven't had one single refeed, which means to eat carbs again. I haven't had one single refeed on any sugar, sweet fruits, rice, sweet potato, nothing in 11 years. So if I were to get sick, it would have been years ago. So this is a lot of ketone production. I no longer use a glucometer. So I just live. Y'all know I got some energy. And y'all know I got the freaking gains, right? The business, as people quoted me a long time ago. And it's just to show people that if you do this dietary measure the correct way, and don't listen to Jillian Michaels scare you guys off with her nonsense, embarrassing ridiculousness of nothingness. It can benefit a lot of people who've got autoimmunity, who've got health issues, sleep issues, reproductive hormonal issues. And the irony of the cholesterol debate is that you need K2 to get rid of calcification and plaque buildup. And K2 is in animal fat. So you need animal fat to not have a heart attack. Let's see. What do your meals look like when you're doing rotation and eating carnivore? Okay. So we take 2 meats, and you would eat those meats for 3 to 4 days. 2 meats. And then you could do a 3-day, or on the 4th day, if you did a 3-day rotation, on the 4th day, we'd add in another 2. And then you would cycle in and add in another 2, and then start it over again. So your fats on a carnivore diet must be ketogenic. It's basically a keto diet. You have to be about 200 grams of fat or higher on a carnivore diet, and you really have to be careful for your electrolytes. So you must eat organ meats, especially liver, or you're not going to do too well, baby cake, especially in the summer. You start sweating a lot, and your sodium potassium balance is because there's a good fair amounts of potassium in plant source foods, and so you must have like the bone marrow if you don't have a glutamate problem, or the organ meats like liver, which is amazing. And if you guys are trying to deal with your DAO histamine issue, right, diamine oxidase, lacking the enzyme, then you need to get on some kidney, right? And if you guys eat kidney, y'all need to soak that in apple cider vinegar. And if apple cider vinegar has a histamine response, soak it in water for 2 hours, and you can pan fry it. And then with liver, you can either put it in water for an hour or 2, or warm water, or vatten, eller du kan, kanske jag ska prata svenska, kanske det är lite lättare för att jag kan inte prata engelska just nu, jag vet inte varför. Anyway, or you can put the liver in melted butter, right, and then put it on a nice cast iron. I mean, on a iron pan, yeah, cast iron. Durr. What about duck breast? No. How about duck leg? Yeah, duck breast doesn't have a lot of fat. We need the fat soluble vitamins, you guys. We need the omega-3s, we need the CLAs, the ALAs, we need vitamin D, E, A, and K. You guys need to understand that for those, the fat soluble vitamins are so important for cellular strength. And you guys are kind of not very strong, and you're drinking coffee and intermittent fasting. You're like, I dropped 60 pounds and then I developed a thyroid problem. Hair started falling out, but I lost 60 pounds and kept it off. You guys have to be very, very careful with carnivore, with intermittent fasting, to make sure your electrolyte balance you're on top of your game, and people don't. They want quick results, so they just look at something real quick on the internet and then start copying it, and then they start having a host of issues, and they're not making the connections. Let me see. Try cooking it with lard. So you're the best. Thank you for your Answer, I love liver. Yay, you love liver, Dina. Butter and liver sounds good, right? Actually, all the fat. You could do tallow, you could do, which is beef tallow, you can do lard, you can do uh, butter, and cook it, the fat, with the liver, with a little spring onion throughout the bowl. Use the green part. Fabulous, people, fabulous. And if you have a problem with liver, just take it, mince it, and add it to your minced beef and make a burger out of it. You won't taste it. I know that for a fact because I have a friend who's like, I hate liver. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. So I made some burgers. And I was like, guess what? You ate a lot of liver. He's like, no, I didn't. I go, yes, you did. He's like, no. And I go, yeah. And he's like, no. So you don't taste it when it's minced and spiced and yummy with beef. Okay, thanks for the live video. Okay, bye, Keto Muscle. Nice to see you. Promotes autophagy, but Steph is not a fan of fasting. No, it doesn't promote autophagy. It only promotes autophagy in people who actually go and rest when they fast, right? You have to make sure, first of all, you have to make sure you get your electrolytes, because you're not going to experience autophagy if you don't have your electrolyte balance. Your body's going to be cortisol driven, and you're not going to have this lovely cleaning up the cells and go through autophagy or autophagy until your body's in total balance and in a homeostatic balance, and you're in a parasympathetic state when you fast. So don't get it twisted, people. You are not going to experience autophagy. That is a bunch of nonsense. And all the people that I see fasting look sick. They get dark circles under their eyes. They start having crepey skin. Their hair starts falling out. That is not experience autophagy, because if you're going to fast, you have to chill. You have to chill. And who chills? Nobody chills. And I don't mean sit in front of your iPad with the light in your eyes at night. I mean, go put your feet outside and ground yourself and get your toes in the dirt. That's how you experience autophagy. Okay? I'm in the week 2 on keto. I am experiencing bad taste in my mouth, lightheaded after meals. Okay, you're hypoglycemic. You're producing ketones. Here's a great example of a person who's producing ketones and not using them because she's lightheaded. Or your electrolyte balance is low. I don't know. But I assume that it is hypoglycemia. It's either hypoglycemia or, again, the electrolyte imbalance. Sodium, potassium, magnesium. Or you have low blood pressure because your electrolytes are fracked up, because your sodium's low. I don't know. So that's where a consultation would be advantageous. But it sounds, I think it's more, the bad taste in the mouth is the ketones, right? Acetone in the breath. But just because you have that in the breath, you're making ketones, but you're not using them because you feel like shite. Is it easy to go over protein on a carnivore diet? Yes, for people whose fats are too low. You have to do keto. Look, when people are doing a ketogenic diet with vegetables, they're not having gobs and gobs and gobs of vegetables. They're essentially almost riding the line anyway of carnivore. As long as your fats are high, you are satiated, and now you have building materials to make ketones. You're not going to make ketones out of protein chicken breast, honey. Child. No. Y'all must have some fat in the diet, because you have to train your brain. I've said this so many live streams, you guys must get bored of it. You have to train the brain to want to actually even use ketones, because it's used to running off of glucose. And so when you cut out the carbs, you got a lot of stress in your life, and you think you're going through autophagy because you're drinking coffee and intermittent fasting, all of a sudden you check your blood sugar, and your blood sugar is 98 milligrams per deciliter, you're not adapting. The brain is like, why would I go and use logs on the fire when there's paper right there? So you actually have to eat fat to then make ketones. Your body actually has to learn how to use these ketones primarily. Not go like ketones glucose, because that will make you feel a little bit better one day and crap the next day. You want to start feeling good all the time. What? HDL? Yeah, of course. High density lipoprotein? Of course. Look, your HDL and your LDL, these are taxi cabs that drive cholesterol to inflammation and recycled back in the liver. LDL takes it to the inflammation, cholesterol, and then HDL takes it back to be recycled. So we want big, buoyant lipoproteins to be able to bounce their way nice and smoothly to the inflammation. Put cholesterol there to fix it, because cholesterol is an antioxidant. Don't get it twisted with all this dogma of other stuff. Cholesterol is amazing. Trust. Okay, my blood pressure dropped down to 120 over 64. So, and contextualize the comment. For consultation help, how often should you measure blood sugar? For consultation help, when and how often? You mean after post consultation or before? You should probably test your blood sugar every morning fasted on an empty stomach, and then once a week, all day long, 2 hours post meals, just to establish a rhythm. Um, or you can start from the consultation date, and I can teach you actually how this is done. Really explain the numbers and what to look for and how and why and all this stuff. Okay, guys, story of my life. Crappy one day. My HDL is 221. Okay, so you guys, you can't just put numbers out. You have to tell me what you're trying to express. What changed the game on Kerrygold? Do you not agree with butter as keto anymore, or you found something better? No, Kerrygold, I believe, is it's not 100% grass-fed. That's the problem. So they're being sued because they're saying it's grass-fed, but there's a certain time of the year that they're not being grass-fed. Maybe they're grass-finished. They're finished. They eat hay, but there's nothing more amazing than grass for a cow to munch on, fresh grass, because it's going to have all of the properties within the soil and the grass itself. So hay is not as good as grass, and corn is even worse. So no, I have Kerrygold right now in my refrigerator. And the only reason why I say for people to be careful for butter, with butter, is because of histamine issues with the little bit and tiny amounts of whey and casein that some people react to who've got leaky gut histamine intolerance. And on that note, I don't want these streams to go too long because people get freaked out when they see if they go too long. They don't really watch them when they see like an hour. And so I wanted to just keep them under 30 minutes, an hour at 41. Don't forget to like up the stream, guys. Because there's 30. The whole age thing is very funny because people are like, because I'm 51, they'll be like, you look 43. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, what 43 look like this? Okay, what 22-year-old look like this? Stop. So people, the whole age thing is really funny because if they're close to that age, they'll put you near their age. They don't want to make you too young because anyway. Thank you. That was really, really kind of you. But I can say that I'll never go back onto carbs. I've been doing this 11 years, and I'm my own little rat experiment. I'm a mouse. And I like to see, the reason why I don't ever cheat or go back onto carbs is I literally want to be the longest person who's ever done keto without one refeed on alcohol, sugar, caffeine, nuts, any of it. And I want to see what happens over time. And as I sit and witness myself and look at all the lab results, it's phenomenal. So thank you, guys. Thank you. And I really think that keto is a great platform to help people with autoimmunity. And I don't want people to use keto as a number one reason to lose weight. I want it to be a secondary reason. So if you do a proper ketogenic strategy, then you can then address the issues of why you became overweight, like leptin resistance, blood sugar dysregulation, insulin resistance, thyroid problems, adrenal issues, sleep issues. So if you address all of that, then the weight just melts off. Fat, not the weight. Yes, your veggies are carb. Your necklace, what does it say? It says keto on it. It says keto. Yes, a lot of people have inflammatory and autoimmune responses because, my age group, we are Generation X, and we are the generation of soy formula and Crisco. We are the generation of all of the plastic food that came in. So if these people who are my age group don't mind their health, we start to see issues like thyroid is like, who want a thyroid problem? You want a thyroid problem. You got a thyroid problem, and also other issues people are starting to experience. I'm not going to go into all the autoimmunity, but people are having osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis and thyroid and adrenal insufficiencies and all this weird stuff. Crohn's is a real big one. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I think, was it Sherry's Den? I'm gonna go, so I am. I'm not gonna go into how to do a low carb, high fat protocol, but you have to really. I like to use like the graduation of keto, which is to use sweet potato and white rice, because white rice, all the anti-nutrients have been bleached out, and it's only used for as a starch for your glucose, and you have to time it throughout the day, because you're going to eat a lot less of it. So you might eat 1/3 cup or 1/4 cup per main meal. That's not a lot of carbohydrates, so it must be timed out perfectly. But to be honest, you should go to my course page where you can actually have better interaction with me, because I don't like to give like what you should do on a live stream, because it's like said in 5 seconds and it sounds disjointed and unclear, and I don't want to put anybody in a state of emergency like Jillian Michaels said. Keto in a state of emergency. Oh goodness. Okay, so thanks guys. Thank you for liking up the stream, and thank you Deborah for always like getting some of the trolls. I think we got some trolls here. They don't like when I become very opinionated and state things, but I am 51. That's what happens. You double down, and you don't let people try to sway your belief system. It's a belief system. Janet, all right, Janet. Yes, Miss Janet. She's so right, though. And I agree, Janet, about the song with the Tin Man. Yes, Oz. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I will be loading up, I think, tomorrow, because the weather is just beyond beautiful. You guys, look at this. Today is just one of those days. I'm just in love with the weather. You see, I have it open, so I'm in a half top and sports bra, and it's like summer, and that's what I love. Sorry. If I want seasons, I'll go to Big Bear. Okay, I'll go to Mammoth, or I'll go to Tahoe. All right, but for now, I'm loving the beautiful weather, and snowstorm northeast. Yuck, snowing in New York. I lived in Sweden, you guys. I lived in Europe almost 16 years, and I'm over it. I'm a Cali girl. I was born here in LA. I did it. Okay, I did the cold, and I'm done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Talk about D deficient. By the way, if you have D deficiency, get a blue light. Get a vitamin D lamp, okay? And just let that get on you in the daytime. To subscribe to her Facebook, subscribe to her Facebook Keto course page. Go to stephanieperson.com. Thank you for typing that out for me, Deborah. Let me see, you're on prednisone. Okay, I will talk about that, right? The prednisone. Ketone stay low at 0.5. Yikes. You need to eat more fat, but yeah, the prednisone is probably affecting your ketone viability. Not gonna lie. Why are you on prednisone? Ooh, child. If there's another way, find it. That stuff is nasty. I mean, do you have adrenal problems? What? How often do you work out at the gym per week? 6 days. But I do it because it's fun. It's like a playground. It's not the gym anymore for me. It's not the gym. Like, I'm like doing handstands and weird stuff and calisthenics. It's just like, I walk in, it's like Norm. They're like, Steph, what's up? It's just getting away from my apartment and, not being stuck on a screen. And by the way, eating so much liver, my eyes are like on fire, amazing, right? Getting that retinol with amazing vision, and not the stupid carrots that are hybridized. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Yes, she is. Jillian Michaels is completely damaging keto, and that's okay, because I was doing keto before anybody heard about it. People thought you were batshit crazy doing it, and I will be here long gone when all these people who are selling their products, they're probably scared now, all their stupid keto products, and all of the trend, all those people will be gone, and the diehards will be sitting here, and we'll be just one big family. So that's okay. She can damage it, because I'm still going to be here preaching about the amazing autoimmune benefits, and way down the list, weight loss. You can have CA. Last time I was there, you can have what? Last time I was there, I got handcuffed. That's too bad. Jillian with the J, by the way. She was a coach on The Biggest Loser, a TV show, if you're international, and she has a huge name. Like, she's a, like, fitness celebrity. And so she said that keto is bad, and everybody did a video against her. So she might have damaged keto, but she actually damaged her reputation doing that. Kind of stupid. I don't know how often you should eat liver. You can have it once a week and get a lot of the fat soluble vitamins in it and like vitamin A. But I eat it every day. That's what I do. Stacy, I don't know anything about you to tell you how long you should work out. So go to my course page, it's stephanieperson.com. And there I can answer that more easily. She's a fool. Yes, she is. I mean, I don't know. I don't got nothing against the woman. Because I like, as much as I call out like fungus and Betty burger or whatever, I don't know these people. So I want to stay in my lane and just kind of practice what I do. I don't know anything about these people, but they say stuff that makes me go, I get those people coming to me like, this person said this and I got sick, what do I do? Anyway, okay guys, bye. Thank you so much. As the sun's going down, yeah, most of them are worse off now, the Biggest Loser contestants. But I mean, that's pretty normal. And Deborah says to like up the stream, guys. Hit the X in the corner, collapse it, hit the thumbs up, and then it'll say chat. A little icon of a chat. And you hit it and it'll open the chat back up. Window, hit the thumbs up, then reopen the chat window. So to reopen the chat window, you have to go and look for a chat icon at the bottom of the screen. Bye guys, later skater. I'm gonna do some videos of me skateboarding soon, guys, because it's time for me to skate. Right? Was a pro skater for 12 years, and it's time to go. Even though the light is like amazing on the abs, right? This is keto after 11 years of 51. But enough of this. What is it? Feeding my own ego. I want you guys to have a great night. Liver's cheap. Yeah, liver's so cheap. I bought like, I don't know, 6 pounds of it. Once I bought 6 pounds of grass-fed liver, and it was something like $18. 6 pounds, yo. It was like a baby. It was like big old thing of liver. 6 pounds for 18 bucks. That's what I'm saying. All right, Janet says to get off, so I better go. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everyone. Yes, I do beef liver, lamb liver, chicken liver, all the livers. I don't care. From healthy animals. Yeah, I'm around the 25-year-olds at the gym. I live in LA. It is hilarious, right? Around all the models, and they're doing the Instagram. They're like this. I was watching a girl today. I was just like fascinated. I'll just use my glucometer here. She was like doing this. She was like, she was doing this. That's what I see at the gym today. Oh, come to China. I've been to China. I need to come back. Been to China. Okay, guys, what happened to that girl? What YouTube didn't? I don't even know what you're talking about, chat. Sorry. How to fix floating stool. Next live stream. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if I didn't get your questions answered. All right, guys, time to go. Got some energy. Yes, at 51, people. This is the mother's fucking business at 51 on a ketogenic diet. No refeeds. Don't listen to people say you can't do keto in the long term because they haven't done it, so they're guessing. We're not calling it anecdotal. It's a guess. I'm guessing. I will do training videos. I will. It's all coming 2019, y'all, people. I've been filming. We're editing. I'm editing tomorrow. All that stuff's coming. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Because I got to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful evening tonight.